Okay, let's just get right into it. So, you've got tickets to a massive concert, maybe a big game in Orange County. You're hyped. But there's always that little thought in the back of your mind, right? Getting there and getting home can be an absolute nightmare. A lot of the time, the hardest part of a great night out is just the transportation. And that's exactly what we're going to solve today.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? You can see the most amazing performance, but if it's bookended by the stress of insane traffic or hunting for your ride, the whole night gets tainted. It turns a fun memory into, well, a frustrating one.
I'm pretty sure it does. That feeling of being totally stuck, just watching the clock tick by, or doing endless laps around a packed-out parking lot, it's something we've all been through. But listen, it really doesn't have to be that way. So where do we even begin? Well, the single most powerful strategy starts way before you even think about grabbing your keys. It is all about nailing your timing. You know, most of the transportation headaches happen simply because we underestimate the journey.
Here it is. This is the magic number. For any big weekend event, a festival, whatever, your goal, your buffer should be 90 minutes. I know, it sounds like a ton of time, but trust me on this one. This is your secret weapon against all that stress.
So what does that 90 minutes actually get you? I mean, you're not just going to be sitting around. It's a cushion. It's a buffer for all those predictable problems. The traffic jam at the freeway exit, that super slow-moving line just to get into the parking garage, the security check, and then the actual walk to your seat. It's the difference between a frantic, sweaty dash and a nice, calm arrival.
But that 90-minute rule isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. You've got to be smart and adapt. For a weeknight event, you're fighting that rush hour traffic, so 60 to 75 minutes is probably your sweet spot. But weekends, major festivals, oh yeah, they demand that full 90. The key takeaway here is that a pro knows you have to adjust your game plan for every single event.
Okay, so you've got your timing figured out. Perfect. Now for the next huge decision. How are you actually getting to the venue? For most of us, it boils down to two choices, right? You either drive and park, or you use a rideshare service. Let's break down the strategy for both.
Now this right here is probably the biggest mental shift you need to make when you're parking. We are all wired to hunt for that spot that's closest to the front door. But at these huge venues, that is a trap. The best spot is not the one with the shortest walk in, it's the one with the fastest escape route out.
And this lays out the trade-off perfectly. Sure, you park near the entrance and your walk-in is a little shorter. That's great. But after the show, you are dead center in the chaos, totally trapped. Now, you park near an exit. Yeah, you've got a longer walk at the beginning, but you could be on the freeway a full 45 minutes before everyone else. That is a massive, massive win.
Let's just add a few more quick tips to your playbook. If you have the option to prepay for parking online, do it. It just makes the entry line move so much faster. Getting there early gives you the power to actually pick that strategic spot near the exit. And finally, just know your walking path ahead of time so you're not lost and wandering around later in the dark.
All right, so what if you're thinking, I'll just skip the parking drama altogether? Ride-sharing seems like the easy answer, doesn't it? No parking stress. But as anyone who's actually tried it knows, the reality after the show can be a whole other kind of mess.
You know what you're up against. It's that insane surge pricing that kicks in the second the show ends. It's the crazy long wait times the app shows you. It's the drivers who just cancel because they can't get anywhere near you. And of course, it's those pickup zones that are just a giant, confusing sea of people and cars.
But you can totally outsmart this chaos. You just have to follow two simple rules. First, either request your ride a little bit before the event ends, or just be prepared to hang out for a bit after. Second, and this is the big one, walk a block or two away from the main gate to a street corner that's less packed. Your driver will find you way easier and you'll be on your way so much faster.
Okay, time for our final challenge, the Great Escape. This is where a fantastic night can go completely south. Getting out of that venue efficiently, it's an art form, but it's one you can absolutely master.
So the most important thing is to have a plan. And here it is, in 3 easy steps. 1. Don't just rush out with the entire crowd. Chill out, wait 10, maybe 15 minutes. Let that first wave of people and cars clear out. 2. Walk 1 block away. Seriously, this is a non-negotiable for rideshare or even if a friend is picking you up. And 3. Use a super clear, specific landmark for your pickup. Not, I'm by the hot dog stand. No, it's, I'm on the corner of Smith and Jones right in front of the bank.
Whew, we've covered a lot of ground, from timing your arrival to parking strategies and making that clean getaway.
So let's boil it all down into one simple, powerful checklist you can use for pretty much any event.
All right, here we go. Your 5-point plan for a perfect, stress-free night. Number 1, master your timing and check the traffic before you go. 2, make a decision and commit. Are you parking or using a rideshare? 3, if you're parking, remember that exit first strategy. It's a game changer. 4, for rideshare, pick out that alternate pickup spot ahead of time. And finally, number 5, if you're with a group, pick one clear meeting spot for before and after. That's it. Simple.
And that's really the big idea here. Transportation isn't just an afterthought you deal with later, it's part of the event itself. By spending just a little bit of time planning it out before you go, you're not just saving yourself time and a massive headache, you're making sure that the only memories you take home are the great ones from the show.